Nobody really knew who it was, so Marigold rushes over to the body, crouches down, turns the body over, and you see her kind of go, and just kind of let out this massive, sigh of despair as her shoulders just drop. And then she looks to the left and up at Daleth, and she looks to the right and straight at Rush. And then she says, it's not her.
Damn it.
Wait, what? We're not on the map, Gore.
Oh, yeah, are you not?
Yeah. We're still looking at...
Hey.
Yeah.
I was using my mind theater.
Yeah, it didn't move along. Yeah. My one complaint about R20.
And since we stopped by town, the tavern was... Oh, no, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
And now, because I've had to drop you on so many screens to get you from the...
Seriously, Gore, it's amazing.
It's ridiculous. They really need to come up with a way that allows the the players thing to be able to scroll. So let me go ahead and reapply the sounds that should be playing right here. Just one of them nights tonight, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Marigold, who is it?
I don't know.
Are you sure it's not her? You're positive?
Yes, I mean, look at her. Obviously, she's seen better days and clearly was probably alive when she made it this far, but it's definitely not her.
What? How'd she die? I guess is the real question now.
Well, does somebody want
Physic
to
or
make
Marigold?
a dice roll?
Seeing as Marigold was right there, Marigold would probably do the check.
All right.
Yeah.
Then somebody can roll for Marigold.
No, I'm not doing that.
Dude,
Go, Satch. I believe in you.
I got it. Heal check. Here we go. That's the right line. Okay. Wanted to make sure I didn't roll the wrong one, because I do that a lot.
As long as she's been dead, quite honestly, it's hard to tell what she died of. Clearly, this person had a seriously broken leg, though.
Yeah, so, zooming in, I don't want to be crass, but what is this?
What is what? There's
The
nothing
thing-
that should be crass.
Well, between her legs, it kind of...
It isn't anything to worry about. Whatever you think it is, it isn't there.
Boys' night.
I'm just trying... I understand. I mean, I'm sorry. It's a whole lot of decomposition. Okay.
Boys' night.
Poop jokes
Moved it
on
like
boys' night. Yeah. I bet girls fart.
All right. No, okay. I guess I would try to find out who she is. So see if she has any belongings, or I guess I'd search her.
All right. I mean, she is wearing fairly plain but well-fitting clothes, or you can imagine they probably did fit at one point. Best guess is she was probably servant to, possibly a servant in a noble house. Unlikely that she was a noble herself. Possibly she was somehow connected to, a valid merchant faction, or somehow related to a rich merchant or whatever, possibly. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously, again, lots of decomposition. It looks like woodland creatures have had several gnaws at her limbs, but the most prominent thing you can tell is her right leg is definitely busted. Like, the bone is... you can actually see the bone is kind of like pointing through the skin at one point.
And I guess I'm going to turn to Physic and be like, is she the one who left the bloody handprints? Like, did she... You said there were torn sheets and stuff, right? I mean...
I guess searching around for any evidence of the... what would be like makeshift sutures or...
All right.
find the rags.
Okay. Give me a search check.
Yep.
All right. There is no sign of any bandages that have been applied, other than at one point it looked like there was something wrapped around her leg. I mean, there is, but it looks more like a tourniquet than an actual bandage.
It's possible, but I don't think so.
I mean, did she just run off into the woods alone, or was she with Cecilia? And
That might be the case. It's hard to tell. Any of the footprints or evidence that around here would have been washed away. So
Yeah.
hold on. I don't know if that looks kind of funky over there. Gore, am I seeing that right?
I don't
Does
know.
that
What are
look-
you seeing?
Does that look like little footprints over there?
There seems to be some pretty deep, thick, numerous sets of muddy footprints. Yeah. This ground, again, if you remember, wasn't that long ago when you know that there was water around here. And something numerous, wearing pretty heavy and large boots, plowed its way through this area for sure.
what do you see, Physic?
Someone's been through here.
I mean, I would go as far as to say every one of you can see the footprint. I mean, there's...
Flagging people down, yeah?
Yeah, it looks like there was probably at least... You know, again, trying to determine how many, because they were like walking behind each other. But anywhere between 6 and a dozen would be a fair assessment.
Is this the orcs?
1 second. I'm gonna take a look at the size of the imprint and try and discern.
All right. Definitely bigger than any of y'all's feet for sure. They're humanoid boot sizes, but they're definitely big.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, not, you know, not large enough to be something obviously considerably bigger, but if you wanted to put a size on it, you know, probably like 15, 16 size boots. Pretty big and hefty.
Yeah, looks like orcs.
And knowing that the dirigible has been pilfered and plundered, and that they are around here, and that a person in the other orc cave was saying how there was captives potentially taken, right? Or they took stuff, at least.
It looks like we've got ourselves an orc tribe to find.
Well, let's track it and see where they are. Guys, what do you, Jash?
Well, I don't like it. I mean, maybe is there a way we can... Like, this girl is we can all just go home. We don't have to go off looking for another orc tribe.
I mean,
Well, obviously,
Well,
Marigold is
do
going
that.
to protest.
Right.
yeah.
So she's not here to roleplay it, but she
Yeah.
would clearly protest that.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, Jash, but Marigold's right.
Do we want to go? Are we doing this now? I mean, I'm as ready as I'm going to be. Which is not very... But... Should I cover our steps in case we have to retreat, or...
Well, you have that spell, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably safe we do it when we're trying to find them, so...
Yeah. So that they don't find us instead.
We also watch out for traps, because that could alert them to our approach. We at least get the lay of the land, like scout out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so everyone get close, and we'll...
Okay, so what are you casting?
I'm gonna cast, shoot, it's not up, so I can't see it, but I know what it does, Gore.
I know what it does. I just want it in chat for chat to see.
Yeah. It's a level 1 spell. Pass without trace. I've been taking 2 lately.
There you go. Alright, so yeah, basically for 7 hours, you can't be smelt and you don't leave any visible footprints.
Alright, visit, track them.
I'll do my best. I mean, they're obvious footprints, right?
I mean, at this point, because the ground here is so soft, yeah. I mean, when whoever was walking through this was probably walking through either thick mud or possibly there was even water at that point. So, I mean, these foot indentations are probably, 3 to 4 inches deep. At this point, of course, the ground is a little firmer, so while you would have left tracks, they would have been a lot lighter, but of course now, with the pass without trace, you will leave none at all.
Cool. So which way are these footprints going?
It would appear that they came down from the dirigible, wrapped around this tree, and headed southeast.
Oh, then I'm gonna start leading it that way.
Yep.
Be vigilant, guys.
Maybe we should be in like a half formation or something so I can just fall behind. In case something happens.
Sure.
Alright. Heading southeast then.
Alrighty, okay. So you're basically going to follow your footprints as far as you can. So it appears that what you're actually going through, as you're heading through the forest, there's clearly some form of pathway here. Not anything as grand as a road, or possibly not even anything as productive as a river or creek bed. But it looks like either this was some wild game have used this, or some form of other individuals have used this pathway for traversing through the forest. Because you can clearly see that the plants are downtrodden, the grass is flattened. It's not a big, wide path. I mean, you're still, at times, you're still having to kind of duck and dodge your way through a couple of trees here and there, but for the most part, it is a neatly trodden pathway through the trees. All right.
Keeping an eye out for anything mischievous that might be
Okay,
along
you traveled on for a good 2 to 3 hours. Give me a spot check then, Physic.
Alright. Alphabet. There we are.
Alright, okay, on the edge of the path, you almost pass it, but you notice out of the corner of your eye what appears to be a piece of silk cloth, torn silk cloth. The same silk cloth that you found underneath the tree. On closer examination, it appears to have been ripped. It's about 3 inches wide, probably about 1.5 feet long. It is soaked with blood, and it is discarded right there on the side of the trees. It's like just laying. There's some like plants began to kind of grow up around it, so it's like half sticking out from underneath the leaves and branches of a small, probably a weed, to be honest.
I'm gonna basically stop people and just like and pull it out and just be like, they took captives. they took captives.
Well,
just gonna-
maybe that's her leaving a trail for someone to follow and find her.
Or it might have just ripped. Either way.
Oh, well, Josh could be right. I mean, that's I mean, maybe there were others, and they were trying to alert the others that they were going this way, as Josh said.
Oh,
But there's blood. How old is it? Can you tell with the weather and humidity and stuff?
I'm assuming it's totally dried on there, right?
Oh yeah.
It's old. It's been here a while.
All right. Well, while we progress forward, beware of the traps. Remember, Alessi, she stayed off the track, right?
That might be a good idea. As long as we can make out the track from maybe the side, then we'd be safer from anything. As long as we don't continuously dart across it and get, flowery with our foots.
Okay. Well, I'll follow your lead.
Right. So, with that bit of advice, I'm going to start kind of delineating from the trail, but keeping an eye on it so we know where it's going. As to not die.
Also, this might help us not get seen, right, on the trail.
Right. Yep. Okay, so what is the game plan? How do you want to do this?
Probably quietly in line. Like, kind of... Because I'd be up front kind of picking out the quietest way through.
All right. You go into the south of the trail or the north of the trail?
Ooh.
And how far from the trail?
Physic would probably be more towards the south, so that it's more of a clear escape back to where we came from, since it's running that way. And then, shoot, as far as I can be while still being able to tell where it is,
Right. Okay.
Which I can't really tell because I can't really. I mean,
Yeah, you won't be able to travel very far off the beaten trail
Yeah.
if you want to be able to still be visible with it, unless periodically someone is going to make the effort to swoop in, check where the trail is, come back and say, yeah, we're still going on the right direction. Of course, if you do
Probably
that,
get
then
a
there's
better-
possibilities that you may miss the trail from time to time because it doesn't exactly move very straight.
Yeah.
That'll slow our progress down, but it also possibly keep us safer. So I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with.
Since time is no longer really a factor here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, possibly, hopefully.
Hopefully, maybe. Well, hopefully as soon as they're dead, though.
So yeah, we'll go off as much as we can, and if we feel like we lose it, we will check back and reorient.
Okay. All right. Okie dokie. Yeah. So you can continue to follow that for several more hours. By now, it is beginning to get dark. The trail is not wide enough to allow much light to penetrate down through the canopy of the trees. So, as is fairly commonplace in here, as soon as you start to lose the height of light, it begins to get dark pretty quick. It is summer, so as I've said before, the sun stays up in the air for a lot longer, and you get more light than normal. But once it starts to get to, mid-evening, there's, everybody except for the gnomes can't see squat.
Guys, we might want to get away from the trail for the night.
Agreed.
Quite away from the trail.
Okay.
As far as we can walk before it gets too dark to walk.
So we'll rest up tonight, and then we'll redo it tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yep. Let's do that.
Let's
Let's
go
find a
ahead.
place to stay, and
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and if you're going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and just reuse the other campsite map because why not? Obviously, you're going to make your way into the trees to do it, so give me just 1 second here to go ahead and do that. Yeah, these. All right. Okay, so you all kind of get yourselves off the beaten track and get ready to bed down or camp down for the evening.
Yeah.
Probably you wouldn't want to do a campfire, right?
No.
No.
That'd be way too visible.
Unless you've got food that you want to cook, you definitely don't need it for warmth. As I said, it's it's summer and it's pretty humid down here.
Okay. We're just going to stumble upon that camp, aren't we?
If we're lucky.
Or it'll be another cave where they'll just like have complete control over.
Well, if we're tracking the orcs, isn't it logical that that's where we're going to end up?
Isn't that what we're looking for?
No. I know. I mean, the second we make any kind of noise, they're going to be on us. Unless they get the jump on us to begin with, right? So how are we going to infiltrate a camp of orcs to find possible survivors or possible dead victims without alerting them?
With great difficulty, I would imagine.
Very carefully.
We both have the same sense of humor, Josh.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd ever say that to you.
Well, I guess we could just assess the situation when we get into it. There's really no reason to mull it over now. We don't know what's going to be until there.
Something of note. The orcs here are surprisingly industrious with bows. They tend to use their range and tactics more than brute strength, which, I mean, from my experiences with Nudnik, he always opted for the strength route. He was kind of brutish. Anyway, what I mean to say is they tend to have more of an aptitude towards dealing damage and then ambushing, which is something I think we've been striving to kind of copy. And I don't know, is there military-wise, is there a good counter to that kind of tactic where we can...
I mean, there are ways to mitigate that. The problem is we are going to be possibly attacking an orc encampment in woods we are not familiar with when they are very familiar with it. So any kind of advantage we can possibly get in attacking, they will most likely counter with just knowing the lay of the lands with their own strategies and tactics.
What if we hunt the hunters? Bear with me here. They have their encampment, right? They obviously have to do some fair incursions towards the wilds to get meat and whatever. What if we wait for them to leave and then pick them off slowly, and then when they send maybe someone to go look for why haven't they come back with food, we pick them off so that they're ultimately weaker, and maybe we can...
Well, we could, if we find it, wait for them to leave, and then while they're gone, attack the encampment itself.
Yeah.
Possibly then wait for the party to return, wearied from their hunts, and then we attack them in their village. I mean, that's possible. I don't like the idea of following a war party out while they go hunt for food and then attacking said war party while they're out.
If it's a large war party, yeah. Yeah. I guess I was considering more if they sent out 1 or 2 hunters to go do something. And
I guess the question is, what would we do if the village that the war party leaves has orc families? And I'm going to look amongst everybody.
Well, it depends on what the families do. I mean, if they just give up, no reason to Is that what you're saying? To
Well-
take out the families too?
No, I'm just saying, what if they have families? I mean, I'm not saying one thing or another about what we should do. I mean, I'm just saying that's always a possibility.
And I'm sure the people on the dirigible had families too. They didn't seem to care about that.
Are you suggesting we try diplomacy with
No.
a bunch that?
Honestly,
Exactly.
no, I'm not.
Are you getting soft on me all of a sudden here before we go into...
That is the last
To the
thing,
teeth of 'em.
Josh. No, that is not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to ask the question that possibly would be a difficult thing to answer with some of the people in this party. I'm not getting soft. They're orcs. I have a feeling I know what Marigold would say. She'd probably say, well, clearly we're not going to kill the children, and then, you know.
We're on children either. For some reason they pose some sort of a threat, a real
Maybe that's what they were keeping behind the rock in the other orc encampment.
The
That's why they
children.
talked. That's why they talked about it with so much fear. Was, oh gosh, our families—they're all behind that rock. Let's not move that rock. It was a joke.
I have a feeling what was behind that rock would not be good to us.
I have a feeling, for whatever reason, that it might have been more of these, and I'm gonna pull out the little dude that I took from the egg.
Oh, the little lizard thing.
Yeah. Because if I was a bunch of orcs and I came across a cave and managed to force a bunch of them back, I wouldn't want them getting out either. Maybe something along the lines.
Okay, so if there's one thing I will just state. It's clear that the dirigible was ransacked a long time ago, and that whoever was taken by what I'm assuming are this orc tribe took them with other salvage. Those creatures that we killed came in after the fact, right? Is that a safe thing to say?
Yeah.
Okay. This has been a well-trodden path that we've been following, so clearly this is a route that this tribe supposedly takes frequently. How come we have not come across any orc corpses? Do they take them away? Or the lizard corpses? Have they never fought each other?
Well, for the lizards there, I would assume the lizards might be cannibalistic, and the orcs would have probably retreated before anything happened to them, or they just weren't there at the same time. But our experiences with the orcs earlier showed us that they do return and claim they're dead.
Right, okay. What was that?
What was?
I'm gonna spring up and like say, everyone, put your backs to each other.
Sounded an awful like my. Oh jeez.
All right, so Ned jumps up and puts his back up against you as well.
Okay, keep your eyes open, stay quiet.
All right, everybody is staring into the pitch black around them.
Both gnomes happen to be
And
facing
both the
same
gnomes are facing northeast. So if there is anything to the northeast, maybe they'll see it.
Well, did it sound like they were close?
Yeah, did it, Gore?
I mean, periodically you have. I mean, what do you think you heard?
Well, we hear the howling, you know.
They had a weird.
I mean, you've probably heard wolves howling most nights down here.
This one had a particular harmonic to it that I didn't appreciate.
This one
different
had the fingers of a dungeon master behind it, I felt.
Wait, oh, so something come. What? Why are we doing this?
I don't know. I mean, I don't feel safe.
Ever down here?
And that's a point. Last time we encountered anything that sounded like that, we were up in the trees.
Well, should we get in the trees?
Saved
To
our lives last
the
time.
trees!
All right, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna climb this tree and just
All right, well,
say to
Ned
other people
will
to do the
scurry
same.
up this tree then, following suit.
Josh will very reluctantly climb up this tree here.
I'll go up the Jash tree
Okay.
Perch and just fold my arms.
because he can throw me furthest.
Oh, Marigold's getting up your... Oh, I see. Marigold's
The
going
Russian-
up.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's going on? Why did? Oh, Russia's up in that one. Okay.
Yeah, I thought Marigold was going that way. He'd probably come over here with Ned, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah,
We'll be clumped. We'll 2 and 2.
Okay,
Yep.
alrighty. Alright, you clamber up into the branches of the pine trees and wait with bated breath.
Oh, this is just going to ruin my sleep patterns.
Why are we doing this?
Well, last time we were encountered by things that howled, it was stray dogs and, well, wolves, and we managed to survive by staying in trees and attacking them from up here.
But aren't there wolves around here all the time? Why is now different?
They seem to be a little more active tonight.
I just lean my head back against the base of the tree and just...
Look, Jash. It's simple. You're gonna hear my voice from the other tree.
Yeah?
I don't want us to be hurt or compromised before we potentially ambush an orc village, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, just wrap a rope around your waist and tie it to your tree, and we'll see, right?
Gore's face right now is just not boding well on my self-esteem.
I just love how paranoid you guys have gotten all of a sudden over a little wolf howling.
You did this. It's your fault, Gore. You did this to us.
Look,
All right.
we're gonna eat from our rations, and then we'll try to sleep. And
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sure. Great.
All right. Okay. Well, over the course of about an hour, the wolves they don't shut up, and it does start to become more and more apparent that they are getting significantly closer.
How long has it been since I cast the first Pass Without Trace?
Let's see. You traveled 2, and then you went on to dust, so about 5 hours, 6 hours maybe at the most. Should still be in effect.
Guys, that spell that covers our scent is about to die. Before we tuck in for the night, we should probably take another round of that.
All right. What's the radius on your casting? The range.
They have to be touching me.
So everyone's got to get down on the ground.
I
or
know.
climb up
I know.
your
We just
tree.
got in the trees. But just gather up in the middle really quick and get back up.
I really don't want to, but okay. I'm gonna scramble down.
Okay.
Same.
My weapon poised everywhere.
All right. Everybody hustles down to the ground level,
High five. Cast it.
and you cast your second casting of Pass Without Trace. That'll basically reset your clock for 7 hours.
Yep. Just drop it again, and that's running back up the tree.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
pretty much same.
All right.
Oh, gosh. Does anyone know silence? I knew a bard once.
No sounds.
All right. Well, over the next hour, it becomes very apparent that they are not that far away. You definitely can't see them, but it is clear that there is a pack somewhere to your south. The howling is all coming from that direction, so it doesn't sound like that they have circled around you or are necessarily actively hunting you at the least. But of course, it's painfully obvious that they are out there.
Just staying quiet? Maybe nibbling on some food?
Nibbling.
Nibbling.
Quietly, very quietly.
Okie dokie. All right. So it pretty much goes on all night. I'm not going to say that it's impossible to sleep because, you know, if you are the sort of person that can just throw caution to the wind and fall back and, you know, tired, pass out, I would not give you a hard time in doing so. If you're up the tree and, you know, finding a way to... I mean, the most uncomfortable part about trying to sleep is in the pine tree. That's harder than actually blotting out the random howling from dogs or wolves that seem to somehow be to the south and not too far away from your camp.
Okay. I mean, I'll try to sleep.
Yeah.
All right. Morning doth come. You are as rested as you can be. Marigold can do her prayers. However, come morning, they haven't left. They are still down there. By the time the sun comes up, you know, you still have 2 or 3 hours of physics spell current. But they clearly are still out there and to the south. They haven't gotten any closer. They don't really even seem to have moved much from where they are. The sound is still echoing from the south. It's not deviated to the east or west much at all.
Is it possible, maybe? Guys, do you think maybe they trained the dogs?
But for what? Didn't you do a thing where they couldn't smell us?
Well, they don't know they can't smell us like before they train dogs. I'm saying these dogs haven't moved all night. They just hang out there. It's either...
But they started out further away, no? So...
Are you saying that you think that the camp might be to the south?
That's what I'm saying. I think we might just be right by it. In an attempt to try and avoid the orcs, try to come closer to the orcs.
So, like, patrol dogs.
Or what if they were part of the war party that returned to the village?
Yeah.
What about the trail? That's to our north, right? And it's heading southeast?
Yes, and this is to the south of us. It's possible that the path wasn't straight.
I mean, the path hasn't really been straight. It's kind of twisted and wound. It's predominantly been heading east, but sometimes southeast, sometimes more south, sometimes directly east. I mean, it's definitely been doing a lot of dipping and curving.
By the way, it's worth checking out, guys.
Or these dogs found something of interest and have just been scavenging it all night.
Well, then it would probably attract the attention of some orcs. Either way, I think we should probably take a quick peek at it. Maybe sneak up there and take a look, and then...
Alright, so I'm going to descend from my tree.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, well, redo the spell if you've redone it, and...
I have. I've been doing my rounds. So I'll drop 1 for today.
All right. So you recast it, so you've got 7 hours. I mean, of course, it's like crack of dawn right now, you know, so...
I take 3 of those and only 1 cure light wounds today.
Ha! Excellent. And now you'll all die. No.
Alright, well, I think we should move with utmost stealth.
As much as we can muster, yeah.
Well, this is not the most stealthy of parties, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Marigold and Jash are, I would go as far as to say, are somewhat stealthless. Doesn't mean that they're not capable of stealth. But I mean, they're both pretty big, heavy, and clunky with armor and shields. So, now the gnomes, of course, are both small, which plays off, and Ned seems to be incredibly light-footed, so he seems pretty darn stealthy.
Maybe have Ned and the gnomes take point.
And Daleth, I'm not really sure how stealthy you are. Kind of somewhere in the middle, right?
Not really. My height.
You're not bad, but you're.
Pretty even.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, gnomes and Ned take point. The rest of us hang not too far back. Obviously, if anything attacks you, gnomes, you fall back to Marigold and Jash.
And Ned, don't be a hero. Please.
I think Rush is going to cast mage armor on himself.
Okay.
Start
All right.
something up.
Let's go.
So, are you all collectively moving together?
No, because that would totally disregard the point of the order.
I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, those of you that are stealthy, how far away from the rest of the cluster are you going to be? If you don't want to be heard, because...
30 feet time.
I mean, you would need to be at a significant distance. But I mean, if they're heard...
And yeah.
Now, this is of course the one thing that Pass Without Trace does not assist you with. It does not muffle sounds or anything. So,
Oof. Just follow at a distance, I guess.
follow at a distance. Okay, so you want to go to the back.
I want them to follow at a distance.
Okay, all right. All right, so I guess then it's Ned and Physic are going to kind of like go up front about, you say about 30 feet?
Yeah, 30, 40, whatever.
30, yeah, don't go too far out of our line of sight, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just assuming since it's so dense, like being too far ahead is going to make it hard to see each other.
It will, it absolutely will, yeah.
Yeah, so.
All right, okay. Well, then I guess let's get stealth checks for those that are relevant. I mean, everybody can still make a stealth check to see how much noise you really are making, but, you know, a bad stealth check isn't necessarily going to mean that you make more noise, obviously.
Move silently.
Yeah.
So everyone, you want everyone to roll it? Okay.
Hey!
Not very good. It's not very good. Oh, hey! I rolled okay. Look at that.
Yay! We rolled okay!
And...
Just doesn't.
Do we need to roll for Marigold and Rush too?
You will, yep.
Oh my god, she's at a -7.
Oh,
Oh, of
God.
course.
Oh, God.
Ned is not particularly quiet either.
He's not doing his best. How dare he?
All right, so honestly, you guys are not making the most noise in the world, but you know that it really becomes pretty much apparent to Daleth is doing his utmost and Physic. What you're doing is kind of sort of pointless.
I can see Jash just like stepping on twigs, you know.
I mean, it's like you can be as quiet as you want; it won't matter. Everybody else is making enough noise, so.
Let's press on.
All right. Okay. Well, you can continue to travel in that direction. You do so for... How far are you willing to go before you might possibly change your thought process?
How much louder did it get?
I didn't. It's the same amount of loudness as it was at the end of last night.
But still same direction, right? Like we still feel like they're... Okay, so I guess we'll go until we see them, right?
All right.
I don't know.
Then let me put it this way. You travel for an hour. You have not laid eyes on them, but they seem to be the same distance away.
Oh.
Like, you can still hear them out there periodically howling backwards and forwards, But even though you've traveled directly south for a solid hour, you haven't got that close to them. And as loud as they are, you'd think you probably would have seen them by now. But you're not getting closer, it seems.
Huh.
Are we being, like, ghost sounded?
It's possible. I'm going to immediately look all over the place, freaking out.
But, yeah.
Fall back into the group, like...
Physic, why can't we see them yet?
That's a good question.
Maybe they're moving the same direction we are.
So they're leading us.
Well, maybe they don't know we're here. We're just both moving in the same direction at the same speed.
I had to have walked at least 3 miles.
Maybe.
Possibly. I don't honestly know what to do, guys. I mean, do we just fall back to the trail, or...
Yeah, why don't we pick up the tractor trail? Getting real sick of those noises. Why don't we find the trail and follow it again? Because did we lose the trail at this point? Do we not know where it is?
Well, it's like straight
You
north.
know that it's north. You'll have to go back north.
Okay.
But as subtle as it is entirely possible that you may stumble right across it and not even realize that it was there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to head back. This is looking like a dead end.
I mean, they don't smell us. Even if they hear us, they don't smell us, and we're not leaving footprints. So, but they're staying at the same distance as us?
Maybe
No,
they
but
don't
they're-
know that they're walking
Yeah.
south, we're walking south at the same time. They're unaware that we are here.
That is a possibility.
Okay, so what if we leave a sound cue for them to pursue us, and we lay in wait and ambush them?
What are we ambushing?
Whatever those things are.
Shouldn't we know what it is first before we have them come this way?
I mean, I imagine they're wolves or wargs or something.
What if something is with them?
That's true.
I don't want to put us in danger that we don't know if we don't know what it is.
Fair enough. So, Physic, do you think you can refine the trail if we walk, like a couple hours back?
If you keep your eyes up, I can keep my eyes down. And then I just put my little goggles on and I start going.
All right. Well, Josh, I think you're right. Let's fall back to find the trail again.
Yeah.
It's the one sure thing we know.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to turn around and go and basically head back northwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know approximately how far you traveled. So once you get in the vicinity of the approximate vicinity of where you believe the trail would be, now following it when you was on it is one thing. Refinding it is something else. So you're going to need a tracking roll. And I think the only two people that have that skill are... well, I know Physic does.
The gnomes. Wasn't Jerusha or...
I don't know if Rush
Oh.
has tracking. I don't think she does.
Never
It's
mind.
not an innate... I don't think it's
Right.
not an innate gnomish thing. And she's a sorcerer, so...
I just thought the
No.
weasel, right?
Yeah, I got.
Jerusha?
I got
you
tracked
can
from the
you can use
variant I
Jerusha,
chose.
yes.
So
If you want for Jerusha to track, you can try that.
I'm gonna roll it.
All right. Well, Physic will roll it. No.
All right.
We'll just go based on what Physic does. So.
Oh no, you want Jerusha to do it.
All
We
right.
can too, right?
You can roll for Jerusha.
Uh,
I don't know what Jerusha's track skill is, but you'll have to look it up.
I'll look it up.
Oof. That was not a happy roll.
Bad roll.
Where would
Bad.
where would it be for if we know we have tracking? I don't think I do, but just where would it be if I did?
It would be a skill that allows you to use your survival skill for tracking. It
Okay.
would either be specifically like a feat or a class skill.
Cool. Okay.
But I'm pretty sure you don't.
No, I know I don't, but just for future knowledge.
Yeah.
He does it. The weasel does not.
Okay. All right.
So-
Then the only other chance you have is young Nedrick. Who does manage to
Jesus.
find... Okay, yeah, so Ned's ahead, walking along,
better
crouching
druid
the
than
ground, tasting the dirt, checking this way, checking that way, looking, and eventually he comes across an area and he goes, "Look, Physic. All these plants are bent to the right, and it seems to continue down this way. I think this is the path."
Oh, bless you, Ned. Guys, we found it.
Okay.
Ned found it. I'm not taking credit here.
Are they the same distance south as us?
Seems to be.
Oh, God. This is a natural physic. You know that, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't go as far as a natural as far as to say one of those really weird natural things. It's likely that they're watching us somehow.
How is that so?
I don't-
Stated.
Are there mountains nearby that they could be?
Not that you've seen. I mean, you know you're definitely getting closer to the mountain range to the east, but you haven't seen any sign of it.
And there's a pretty pronounced canopy above us, right? Like we can't
Oh,
really
yeah.
see the sky.
No,
So-
periodically you get little glimpses of light that shines down through, but enough to... I mean, looking up there, you can discern that it's daylight, but there's not enough light that really penetrates down in any volume to kind of like cause shards or whatever. It's just... There's enough light penetrating to kind of give everything this visible, you know...
Okay. So I'm gonna turn to Physic and say, a long time ago you mentioned that you can talk to animals.
Burrowing animals, yes.
So find like something that burrows and ask it what the deal is. Maybe?
Yes, let's find perhaps a groundhog or a
I
weasel.
love it.
That'll be easy.
Just spitballing. I mean, maybe there's something in the woods that is in communication with the orcs and the wolves, and that's why they're keeping their distance and know we're here.
How do you want to find a burrowing animal?
Can we dig?
Yes, the odds of you picking a spot in the ground and starting to dig and there being an animal there, it's very high. Let's
And the
get
odds
the
of that-
10,000 out.
And then the odds of a conversation with an animal who you had to dig up having any information that would be helpful.
Having
All
enough
right,
intelligence.
all right. It was an idea, not a good
I'm not
one.
saying it's a bad idea. I'm asking the question, how are you going to find this animal?
Oh, this is good. I got nothing.
Love it.
And plus, you know how I am with conversations.
This is where paranoia puts Daleth, okay, guys? He's scared, so his mind's going places.
We just get back on the path, do what we need to do, and deal with whatever it is if we need to deal with it.
Always the voice of reason, Josh. Okay.
I just want to get it done and go home.
I just want to take this and get out of here.
Don't say that so Josh can hear you. Let's go. Let's go on the trail.
All right, so you're going to continue to follow the trail eastwards again. All right, well, we're going to stop and take a very short break there. All right, before we do anything else, y'all give me a listen check.
Oof.
Ooh.
Somebody roll a good number.
Maybe.
Natural 20!
Yeah, Shaggot might have just dropped in a 20.
Did he really again?
Yes, yes, more
Oh
money
my
for the
God.
Sedge
Dude, you are killing it.
This campaign, man.
Incredible.
Yep. Shagget with the first 20 of the night. So
Wow.
some of you guys, 1 goldie pieces, and courtesy of Shagget.
Thanks,
So if you
Shaggy.
bet on Shagget to roll the first 20 tonight, you up in the monies.
Hey, Gore said it right. I had a big slump, like 6 campaigns
A
long.
2-year slump. But he used to roll really well back in the early days. It's just that for the last couple of years, there's this thing of like Shagget's rolled really bad. All right, okay. Well, your military hearing serves you well as you're traveling down the path ahead of you. You don't see anything, but you hear something. It reminded you of, like, back when you used to serve in the Sidorian military. Did you know? Thanks, folks. It reminded you of, like, mess time when everyone would get their water bottles out and start drinking them and stuff like that, and sloshing down, and the number of times when people would forget that we're supposed to be quiet. What you thought you heard was a couple of mumbling voices, and then something, shh, hushed them. It was very quiet, very faint. But you've heard that sort of thing before enough to know that you did hear what you thought you heard.
All right, so I'm gonna quietly put my hands on the shoulder of those in front of me, and just be like, without making a noise.
Right.
So they would do the same, like up down the line, like whoever's farthest away would get that notice.
Yep.
And I pull everyone back, and I'd be like, something's eating up ahead. Food. And then it got silenced. At least 3. No, we should find out what the hell they are. That's what we're here for, right, Josh?
So maybe we send the weasel.
What the click were.
Doesn't make that much noise. I'm big as quiet as I can.
I mean, would Rush send the weasel?
Give me another listen check.
Oh,
Everybody.
God.
Hey.
Hey,
Tell if he's going for it tonight.
not a 20, but
Hey,
it's
it's a good
good.
roll though.
Is anyone rolling for Rush or?
I haven't been. No.
It
Sure,
really isn't necessary unless
Oh, okay.
Okay, whatever it is moving. It is moving along the path, and it is coming this way. It seems like it has reassumed its traveling, and you can hear not too far away in the trees, along that path. I mean, bearing in mind the path being so twisty and windy, you can't really see more than about 20 or 30 feet down the path at any time at the best of times. But you can hear something is coming this way. Something is traveling up this path towards you.
All right, so I'm going to say, they're coming. Hide. Yeah.
Okay, where is everybody hiding? You don't need to show me on here, but I need to... You splitting up to either side of the trail? You all want to stay to the south of the trail? You want to risk crossing over to the north? What's the game plan?
South of the trail.
Yeah,
Everybody?
because
Yeah.
we're already south, so it probably
Okay, alright. Alright, let me scroll this along then.
As we go, I'm going to say weapons ready, too.
Okay,
That's right.
so you've all kind of pulled up behind these trees. You haven't seen whatever it is yet. If you want to spread out anywhere kind of in this area here, that is up to you.
I'm happy right where I am.
I'm gonna try and sneak up a little bit into one of the shrubs here.
Alright, where are
Yes.
you trying to get to?
Yeah, is this a tree or shrubs?
That's a tree.
They're all trees, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're like grown
It's just a
high
different
and
type
this-
of tree.
Right.
I mean,
So is the foliage low?
And the
or-
foliage
Yeah.
on this tree right here is a lot lower. Yes.
Yeah, then I would want to get all up in that foliage, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You sneak. You say you're going to sneak over there.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a move silently. Roll then physic.
That's my best +3.
All right.
Still rolling as Marigold, my bad.
All right, but that was for you. All right. Okay. So physic shuffles over there. You realize that there's a lot of ferns and brush down underneath your feet, so it's like you hear as you're heading over there.
Oh,
As you all realize that moving quietly here might not be the easiest of things.
I imagine Rush will cast Mage Armor again, because that was yesterday, so it's a new day.
Okay.
Yeah.
then yeah, I'm gonna try and hide in the thing that I moved into.
All right. Is your hide set to be a hidden roll?
I think, yeah, it's Whisper GM. Do you want me to unwhisper
So
GM?
just go ahead and push it.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Okie dokie. Everybody else just content to crouch down and stay silent, or anyone want to do anything?
I'm going to try to hide as best I can behind the tree, but...
All right, give me a... so,
I mean,
everybody,
all
if you're
would, right?
trying to hide, you can give me
Yeah.
a hide skill check. Yep.
Yeah, I think we all would.
All right.
Which is where I roll shitty.
Oh,
Hey! Rolling pretty good.
all right.
Not the best roll.
You going for Marigold and Rush?
Yeah, I'll do Rush, I guess.
I'll do Marigold because -7 is great. Oh, okay.
Not terrible.
That makes up for it. A little bit.
Let's see.
They'd have to be looking for us, but now that I've made a bunch of noise, they probably will be.
Rush hides pretty well, I think.
He has advantage of being little. Yeah, Ned's pretty hidden away. So it's really only Jash that's...
He just sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, I just
play
have my
dead.
flail up still, just like out of the.
He's like leaning... He's leaning against a tree and forgetting that his arm is hanging out with the shield attached to it. Alrighty. Okay.
Probably better off just playing
What kind of
dead.
fruit is that?
It's an iron fruit. God.
Oh, if I eat it, will it become strong?
All right, through the tree, slowly you see 4 of these large, brutish orcs break out from under some of the tree canopy, following the path. There's only 4 of them. 2 of them seem to be walking with bows knocked, but kind of just hanging down low. They are constantly looking to the left and looking to the right, openly vigilant.
Just gonna see Jash there. Oh, hi guys.
Hey. Zug zug.
All right, okay. They
Stay-
continue to come forward slowly. I mean, they're walking at a reasonable pace. They're not like creeping, tiptoeing, but they are, again, very vigilantly walking as if they are paying attention to their surroundings, listening to the trees, and the sounds that are coming from them, and kind of glancing. Also, don't forget your experiences with these dudes in the past. For Chad as well, these are Vale orcs are pretty tough. They're not like one-hit dice cannon fodder. So these, in fact, are what killed those other characters. So there we go.
Oh, can we tell that they're the same clan?
Well,
Or is it you need to be
you
done?
can't because you didn't see them.
Yeah, you
Right.
don't know.
Oh, true. No, that's right.
This one guy in particular looks familiar.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't... And I'm assuming you're not having a conversation about that, so I'm just gonna not answer. Unless somebody specifically asked that question that was there. All right.
Do they? Oh, they don't
yes.
see the Jash, huh?
Yeah, they're not seeing him yet. For disclosure, Gore, if they seem to have a curious look on their face towards Jash at any point, I would be casting Ghost Hounds in the north.
Okay. So you're gonna use that as a distraction. Should they?
Yeah.
Suddenly seem to pay. Okay.
And
I'm presumably
the ghost sound would be the ghost sound would be something like a twig breaking and then someone going shh because I'm bitter.
All right. Okay.
They're just going for their afternoon walk, you know?
The good news is
Marching up and down the square.
they had a terrible spot check, and every one of you passed. Every one of you, that is, except Jash. Even Marigold's 12 was enough.
Oh no! What did you roll, Jash?
A 1.
Oh, well, of course you failed.
All right.
Well,
they
you
notice
don't
that
know.
they seem to be walking forward, and then this one, as you get to this little area where there's, actually a gap between the trees, you see one of them kind of like. And then he clicks his fingers, and they all stop.
At which point I would be triggering
Okay.
the spell.
All right. Where ghosts? So you do ghost sounds. What's the range on your ghost sounds?
I'll go ahead and pop it up. So
Freaking Jash.
thank goodness for being a little lonely guy.
Because the range on this isn't particularly long, but
Yeah. But it's just past the tree line behind him.
Okay, yeah. So, but it is good enough for that. Okay. So, what sound are you making? You said you want it to sound like a loud twig snapping and someone going.
I want it to be. Shh.
Okay. All right. As soon
I'm so
as
sorry,
that happens. Okay. Who speaks Orc?
I do.
I think I do too.
I think
don't
Rush
know.
does.
Yeah, Rush does.
I don't.
Does Marigold speak?
Check it out.
I don't know.
I do. I do. Yes.
No, she doesn't. She
yeah.
had speak with. Boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop,
yeah. She was using a spell.
Should speak with oopa boo boo.
That's orc speak for speak with sore tongue. Speak. Come. Never
Okay.
mind.
So basically, Marigold and Rush do not speak Orcish.
And Daleth.
And Daleth does not speak Orcish. Okay. Then, of course, whatever is said, all you hear is a sudden, loud exclamation. And as soon as that loud exclamation, which, for those that understood Orcish, said, ambush! These two here dive into the trees on this side.
Yes.
These two here are coming in your direction. All right, it's very obvious at this point as they go, making a beeline straight down through the trees. This one's going first. This one here at the back, you see him pull the bow back already as if he's either preparing or he's already picked out his target. And I reckon that smells devilishly like an initiative roll to me. So, oh, hang on, hold on.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh.
I like to get my the problem is I like to get the audio in position.
So you can't see what we roll.
But then when I flop it over, if you roll too soon, then no one sees your rolls.
Hey, I'm more than willing to re-roll.
But that's okay. They'll see them
No.
now.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's have a look what we've got here. We've got Jash on a 16.
Nice.
We've got Mary on a 17. Physic 13. Daleth on a 10.
Yay.
Rush is on a 9. And we'll roll for your young Ned.
He's not young anymore. He's got like a full-grown beard.
He's a man.
He's practically a year old.
All right, he's going right alongside Daleth, just after Daleth. And we'll roll for our orcish friends. All right, let's see where they end up. And let me grab my sheet for Vale Orcs. There we go. Alrighty. Well, that's the thing. Okay, so as the alarm has already gone up, clearly you guys see Physic do something with his hands, followed by a loud snap and a shh. They screamed, and Marigold wishes to do what?
Ooh.
Feeling bad for leaving Physic in the fray.
Marigold
Probably
says,
go.
I won't ever retreat again. I'll stay on the front line until I'm dead.
Oh boy.
She would.
have
I
been
know what she'd do. I know what she would do. I have an idea.
Okay, what do you want her to do?
I think she'd cast Bull Strength on Jash.
Okay, yeah, she's right behind him, so,
Fancy.
alright, so you've got a +4 enhancement bonus to your strength for I think 7 minutes.
Okay.
Which is probably this entire fight. So,
Okay.
that's a lot of rounds. Okay, feeling your muscles bulge and the power of Tritherion burst through your veins, what do you wish to do?
I would probably just turn the corner right on this guy here and attack.
Alright, okay.
Would that be a full attack since I'm not moving too far and I have a reach? And he's come.
I would say yes. I think you're,
Okay.
you're braced and ready for the attack. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
You were just standing out there for the whole time anyway.
Yeah, just waiting in the open for him.
I mean, you don't have enough room to turn it into a charge, but as soon as he gets
Yeah.
to you, you are going to get to go first. So yeah, go for it.
Oh, it's a single one again. Sorry, I'll roll another one for a
Alright.
single here. Sorry about that.
Well, don't forget your second attack rolls are lower too.
Okay,
Yeah,
so should I just?
-5.
Okay, so I'll just do a -5 to it.
Yeah.
Is it nice?
-5.
It's like we've gotten stronger since the first time we've encountered these
Well,
guys.
That's
full
a
strength.
-5 there.
All
Dang.
right. Okay. All right. As the orc gets to you, you're poised and ready with your shield in front of you. You bring the first swipe of the flail down. He attempts to bring his club up to parry it. Unfortunately, the very nature of a flail makes them a pain in the ass to parry, as the chain wraps over the club and the metal spiked bars smash into his right shoulder. He reels with pain. Seizing that opportunity, you recoil and swipe in low and hard, and you hear a loud grunt come from him as you smash into his right rib cage. He really wasn't happy with that at all. Physic.
Well, I'm still kind of sneaky, so I don't want to do anything that would unsneak me.
You don't want to draw attention to yourself?
I kind of want to entangle the area behind the one that's already fighting up to the point where the others disappeared
Okay.
to just cancel the fight for them.
Hold on. Give me just a second before you pop that up.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and grab my token that I like to use for that. All right. And where do you want to dump it?
Oh, I want to put it basically everywhere behind that guy so that it's getting all that goodness.
All up in here.
Surprise. Yeah. Basically the rest of the map. Entangle is big.
Yeah, outside in an outdoor area, Entangle is big. Alright, yes, so, suddenly wild growth springs up, the tree roots suddenly get all wiry and fly across the path. All the briars suddenly seem to sprout longer. The vines begin to thicken and tear across, and within next to no time, there is a huge, big, massive, overgrown area. This orc technically will be in it, so he will attempt a reflex save. +2. Oh. And he is required to get a 14 or higher. Which he does, so he will still be able to move. I'll go ahead and roll for the other 2 orcs that are in there as well. On the off chance that fail.
Ooh.
And that'll be the non-archer and fail. Okay, well these 2 are entangled, so they're gonna have to get they're gonna need to get a 20 to physically break out of there. Okay, not a bad start. Daleth.
Yes, I am going. Do I have a line of sight on the
You
archer?
have no line of sight to anything right now.
Okay, because I know this is a tree too. So,
If you was to like lay down, you probably could get a line of sight.
that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to become a sniper and miss my shot and break my gun.
Okay. All right. So you can
Because
use your move
I just-
action to lay prone.
I'm going to lay prone so I get a line of sight on this field. Obviously, then I'm going to be able to see this guy who's not entangled. And I'm going to fire my rifle. And if you break again, I'm going to cry. So much.
I would advise you not to break your rifle. All right. The ball flies and glances off the guy's right shoulder. If he wasn't kind of wrapped up in all these weeds and stuff, it might have knocked him to the ground. But he doesn't. You see his upper torso kind of like fall backwards, but it's like the entanglement is sort of kind of holding him up.
Okay.
Nedrick. Well, we all know how Ned is.
Yeah.
So Ned is going to use his movement to go down between these 2 trees, which means he's only going to get half his movement. But that's enough. All right, he is going to get as close as he can to that one, and I don't know if he's got quite enough reach. I say he does. Just about. Okay. So Ned is going to take a couple of swipes at that orc. And I need to remind myself. I think his is 9 and 5. Oh, 10 and 5. Okay. Alright, his first swipe with the scimitar. Ooh, look at Ned. Is a possible,
I know.
possible crit for Ned.
Ah.
Nope, but it's still a hit. And his second swipe with his scimitar. And this is
how
why
he
you're
died.
happy that I'm rolling for Ned right
Yes.
now and not the
Yes.
orcs.
Come on, Ned.
Alright, let's try that again, Ned. And it is
right? Oh my
okay.
god.
Alrighty,
Oh my
so
God.
Dang.
Ned is going to get to do 6 plus 3. Is it 6? Oh, alrighty. So Ned manages to inflict 15 points of damage on top of your 14. Alright, Ned wades into the guy hacking virally. Honestly, the guy looks like he's on his last legs. I mean, Ned landed a solid slash right across his outreached forearm where he was holding the bow, to the point where the orc like drops the bow and then cuts in underneath and opens up a huge gash in the guy's thigh. Rush.
Hard to say.
Can Rush get here? Like, there's a tree, so...
Rush could go up and around the base of that tree and get to him. Bearing in mind, Rush is really short, so he could duck underneath those canopies and get to there, yes.
Why not do a shocking grasp, right?
Okay.
Let's give him a little love touch.
Alright, then shuffle him into position.
That's a ranged touch attack, right?
Yeah, but get him where you want him to be first.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Like, move him, so I know where he is.
Get him out.
Okay. And yeah, Shuck and Grasp is a ranged touch attack, and I think it's 5d6 damage for...
So, okay, so plus size modifier, BAB...
he gets a 1 point size modifier, yep.
So it's plus 6 instead of plus 7 for a ranged touch.
Alright.
Because it was plus 7 versus the bigger things, right? Yeah.
If it's 2 sizes bigger than him, yeah.
Oh.
Freddy tried to grab the orc, but missed. Alright, it is their turn to retaliate. Alright, this Vale orc, reeling back his huge club, he brings it swinging down towards Jash.
It's a big club.
Yes, it is. Ooh, that's a hit.
Alright, as Jash brings his shield up to parry, you managed to parry the majority of it. However, the shock wave from the physical force of the club rains down through. You will take 7 points of damage. Alright, the other one, as I said, he'd already dropped his bow because of the pain and agony. He, in panic mode, is going to attempt to flee further into this. And Ned will get a single attack of opportunity. And he will hit. Okay, as the orc turns to flee, Ned seizes the opportunity, slashes him hard across the back as the orc falls face down into the canopy and is deceased. Alright. These other two orcs are struggling over here to get back into the fray. They need to make a strength test to try. And they need a 20. Alright, first one. Yeah, no.
I wasn't expecting this to be so effective after the last
Second
guys.
one. Yeah, no. Okay, both
Nice.
the orcs are tangled and rooted still inside your entanglement. Marigold.
Is there enough room next to Jash here for Marigold to come up and join the attack? Like over.
I would say yes.
Is that
Right
something-
where they are. I mean, you couldn't push forward much, but
Yeah, I agree. Little stabby stabby.
Yeah,
she's. I mean,
little stabby.
it might not work if she had like a a big pole arm or something, but she used a long sword. She could stab.
Stabby.
All right.
Marigold. Show us
Natural
your
well.
fencing.
I thrust.
Deal more than 2
Sword, long
damage.
Sword. There's the full attack.
No, just single attack.
Just single attack.
but
My
he's saying
bad.
'cause she had to
Cancel
move
that.
too far.
Because you had to move. Yeah, that one. Yeah, just do it. Just do the
Do the attack
attack.
thing. Do the attack thing.
Hey.
That is a hit for 5.
Alright.
Alright. He's still alive, but Marigold gives him a solid poke with the tip of her blade. Jash.
I will swing to try to finish him off.
You still do. You don't have flanking because no one's across the
Okay.
plane from you.
No problem. Full attack. There we
But
go.
you could take out this dude with a good solid. And you do so. Alright, bringing the flail down across his cranium with a loud crunch. He collapses to the floor dead at your feet. Physic.
Man, these guys are out just out for breakfast.
Whatever they were out for, they just got ambushed by
Yeah.
you mean, nasty heroes. So violent and horrible. So evil of them to just attack these random orcs in their own habitat.
Those guys are entangled up there. I can't really do much. I can unhide and maybe work my way over towards Dala. But, yeah, because I'm assuming we can work our way around this tree on the far side here.
You can, of course, yeah. I mean, that's where you put it, so you can get round to the other side.
Yeah, so...
I mean, and obviously, let me just move this just to make this a little easier for us, but, yeah, obviously you didn't, like, make that stop right at their feet, so...
Yeah, so I'm gonna run up around here, and then I'm going to tag Daleth with Cat's Grace again.
You're it. Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Cat's Grace for Daleth.
Throw that up there.
Daleth, you're next.
I'm on the ground, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up, which is my move action. Was half my move action, right? Like I can still move, or is it my full move action?
Well, if you're standing from a prone, then that's your move.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start reloading my rifle.
Alright, okay.
Reload the rifle.
Alright, Ned. Ned is going to kind of get to the edge of the clearing here and crouch down poised, ready to break across to the other side. He kind of looks back at you guys for some kind of either approval or denial.
Just 1 second, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, Ned.
Oh.
Okay, seeing neither, Ned is going to basically just wait at that edge of that clearing then.
Just hold on, Ned.
Rush.
Oh,
You can see the guys on the other side all
Yeah.
tangled up.
Range,
wanna-
some sort of range.
No, sass it out.
yeah, we could do that. Let me
Did
check
anybody
the
else catch that?
Scorching
he called
ray.
it MILF's acid arrow.
I did.
Oh, we could do scorching ray too.
Because I call it milk, not milk.
Oh. It's up to you,
Melts or
bud.
well, what do you guys think?
he
Melts
gonna
or
do?
scorching ray?
Make sure you actually use spells that he has this time.
Yeah, I did. we worked that out before.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry about that.
With dealer's choice. Whatever you think is best, Whiz Kid.
Yeah, I'd say acid arrow.
Alright, go
Okay.
for it. And which one are you shooting? One with bow or one with no bow?
One with bow.
Bow. Yeah,
Bow.
that makes more sense.
More immediate threat there.
Yeah, yep.
Not eliminates. Take care, buddy. Go for it.
1d20 plus 6. That's you roll better than me. So or Matt if you want.
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Let's have Matt roll it.
Me?
Yeah, I believe in you.
Oh, that's a mistake.
You've been
but
rolling some
okay.
good attacks.
1d20 plus 6. Go for
So,
it.
what am I doing? 1d20 plus 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can roll that.
Yeah, see? That's why you don't let Matt roll. Okay.
I told you. Try to tell you guys, I rolled a 2.
Alright,
in case
it
you
is
can't
the
see it.
orcs'
And people
turn
vote
again.
for you?
Um, so they will make another attempt to break out. So the one with the axe. Oh, close. The one with the bow. He is
got
loose. So you see the one with the bow successfully break free, and he is moving forward, and he will go inside the trees and not visible at this point. The other one is still where he was. Marigold.
Seeing the one disappear, I imagine she'll say he's getting away and kind of move this direction, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like Mary.
Spell wise that she could cast. She did make choices from the last time, so.
She could detect his poison.
She'll do aid.
All right. Aid grants the target a +1 morale bonus and attacks and saves. Who's she touching? Herself?
Yeah.
Okay. And she has 15 temporary hit points then.
All right.
Alrighty. Jash.
Seeing her rush off in that direction, I will probably follow as well.
Okay.
So if I dash, I get double my movement. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I have 30, so I can go here, and I can probably get up to this area here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So seeing her get off in that direction, I'll realize she's.
Yeah, I mean,
so
you
you
can tear
can't
through
run
the
back.
trees and round there, so.
Yeah, so I'll run here.
Okay.
Basically, get up to this, looking for the orc that ran off in this direction.
Alrighty. Physic.
Gonna make my way up to Ned here,
Okay.
and I'm going to put some oaky armor on him.
Okay. Giving Ned
There's a word for it. Bark skin, yeah.
a bark skin, which will actually increase his armor by 4, I think.
Plus 2.
It's 1 for
Or
every
3.
3 caster levels above 3rd to a maximum.
So you get
of
1, and then 2 at 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, plus 3.
Okay.
Plus 3 AC. Okay. All right.
Basically, I'm going to give him a nod to go ahead.
All right, Daleth.
I'm gonna follow Marigold's trajectory. Use my movement to get near her.
Oh, so you're not going to finish reloading your rifle?
Well, that's my move action, and my action is gonna finish reloading
Okay. All right. All right.
because I was standing.
Yeah.
So
Ned is going to rush round and into the trees, looking for the orc. Rush.
Ooh.
been failing with the dice rolls.
Scorching ray.
Scorching ray on the guy.
Scorching ray on the guy.
2 scorching rays.
Taking a pokey. Go for it.
Statue roll this time.
Okay.
Somebody
Good
roll.
strat.
Just do 2d20 and then we'll add +6 to both, and then that'll be both scorching rays. And that's 46 per hits, right?
Nice,
And
nice.
both hits.
Oh,
Both hits.
so
Yeah, see?
8d6, right?
And for Scorching Ray, yep. Any for 27. All right. Okay. So the
Good rolls.
Well done.
Thanks.
Where is he?
I'm surprised. Last game I played, I did not do so well in the luck department.
Scorching Ray, Bernie. Okay. So yeah, the beams blast into the orc solidly. He's helpless to move. He quite possibly could be dead at this point. You're really not sure. He's still standing. But he's seriously singed and scorched by whatever it was that just blasted him. All right. Okay. All right. So, Jash, running out of the trees in your direction with a bow kind of poised and ready, but somewhat startled to see you standing. You see the guy just like, and just let go of the arrow, but he didn't aim it. He didn't have time to poise and really position it. So the arrow is in little to zero chance of hitting you, as it misses you by probably at least 2 feet.
Does he move into my range for attack of opportunity or no?
He will, yes, because he bursts out of the trees right in front of you.
Nice.
Let's roll this. I bet I miss.
Alrighty.
Oh, but
Okay.
the second die was so pretty.
Dice roll to see if the orc can break free. Nope. Doesn't bode well for Orky. All right, Marigold.
Probably continue running.
All right.
What can she get?
I mean, she can get pretty much up to here on if he uses her dash.
Yeah, she'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Jash.
I will attack. Full attack on this guy. Try to take him out.
Okay. Unfortunately, not.
No.
While he doesn't have a bow to shoot you with, he is quick and agile as he's able to duck and sidestep both swipes with your flail physic.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow Ned as close as I can. I can move 30, so I can almost. Can I get in front of that guy? Or to run around, or would it take me an extra second?
Well, the question is really how far would you have sent this?
Yeah, so the entanglement's probably further out that way than.
That's
than
what I'm
it's
thinking.
Actually, apparent. Yeah.
It's like 40 feet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's probably neither you nor Ned can get close to this guy for melee purposes.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm just gonna kind of follow with Ned and kind of just be ready for whatever.
Okay.
I don't like those
Daleth.
wolf sounds.
So this guy just burst out of the scene, has two people on him.
Yep.
If I shot at him, it'd be shooting into melee.
Correct.
If I move 5 feet for the full round, can I see this guy without impediment? I mean,
You'd have to get to here. You'd have to clear the edge of this tree, so you'd have to do more than 5 feet.
okay, so I'm gonna shoot into melee at the guy fighting Jash and Marigold.
Well,
I mean-
won't that be nice?
-4 to hit though. That
Yep.
sucks. But
Well, +4 from Cascade, so.
true, so it basically cancels it out.
Yeah. Nice.
Alright,
dude.
good shot. Yep. You
Hey.
plug him. A solid strike digs deep into his left forearm. You guys can literally, you as in Jash and Marigold, both of you suddenly see like a burst of blood spurt from his arm.
I am going to use my movement to get over here,
Okay.
right to the edge, so I'm not going to start reloading just yet.
Alrighty. Okay, Nedrick. Ned, because of all the trees, he can't really get close enough to get a line of sight from there with the bow either. So Ned is going to come back to here and put away his scimitar and draw his bow. Rush.
Rush is probably not going to do anything. He's going to run up to Ned and
Okay.
holds his action. Because the guy's not moving anywhere.
Yeah, there's
so.
no need to.
All right.
Yeah.
So this orc that is faced off against Marigold and Jash, he pulls out his chopper and just takes a hefty swipe in your general direction. Doesn't hit the
close.
target. And the other orc is going to attempt to break free yet again. And fails. All right, Marigold. She can
She'll
make a
probably
full
just
attack
attack.
if she wishes.
Yeah.
Stab at time.
Stabby, stabby.
time.
All right. Full
That's
attack
Mary.
from Mary.
There's the weapon. There's the mess.
Marigold.
sword. There's the full attack mark. Okay. No flank. No additional attack bonus. Wait, is there one from... Because she casted a thing on herself, right?
Plus,
Insight-
plus 2 to hit. Yeah.
+2 to hit.
+2?
Oh, it's +1.
Plus one.
to hit. Okay.
Plus one to
Sorry,
hit, plus
I'm
one
scrolling
damage.
back up. Yeah.
Okay. So, full attack, Marco. No
Hello.
flank. One additional attack bonus, no additional damage. There you go.
Oh crap!
Nice.
Yeah.
If that includes everything, she barely misses her mark.
Ooh.
And she only has the one attack.
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Alright.
Yeah, so they're coming.
Josh,
They're coming.
finish the
I'm
job,
gonna-
buddy.
I'm going to attack again here.
Well, you
Well,
belt
got
him
one.
once. Alright, glancing blow, but he definitely felt the pain. Fezzik.
I don't want to disentangle things yet, because we might need it.
Yeah, I don't have my anything to attack this guy with.
Okay. Daleth.
So,
Unless there's something else you want to do.
no, I'm just gonna keep eyes on the south because that's where the dogs were coming from, and they seem to be
That's where the
singing.
howling sounds are coming from? Alright.
Yeah.
Daleth.
I'm going to have my attention to the south as well while I'm reloading.
Okay.
And are they louder than ever before? Like, is it
Not
clear
really.
they're coming? No? Okay.
Nope.
It's just the same equidistant howl.
They're out there. They're still to the south, and they seem to still be somewhat close, but not close enough to see.
What are they, Gorgeous? Tell me.
No.
Okay, but I am losing my whole
No,
turn
I will
reloading.
not, sir.
No.
I am reloading entirely, so whole turn.
No, actually, I have absolutely no intention of telling you what they are at all, so, no.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but no. Okay.
All right, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm reloading.
Okay. Nedrick. He has now got a bow out, so he is going to take a couple of shots at this dude with the bow. Courtesy of his lessons learned by Daleth. The first arrow.
Uncle Dally.
Oh,
Oh.
Distracted. A moment of distraction causes you to suffer -4 on the next attack. Oh, well, that
Little
pretty
chance.
much.
well, it's like a 1d20 plus 1, right?
No, it's 1d20 because he's only at +4 with the bow.
That's right.
I think.
Math is hard.
On Nitty.
Subtraction more so.
Possible, Nick. You can do that. Oh, that was
Damn.
But he's
But that is a
entangled.
hit because he's entangled.
yes.
You gave Ned a short bow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Not a
Yeah.
composite either. It's just a standard short bow.
Should have gotten composite.
Well, we're not that rich, man.
Oh,
But it is enough to put the orc out of his misery.
Woohoo!
With all the plethora of other damage done, the orc is down, collapses in amongst his entanglement. Definitely no longer moving. Alright, Rush.
Nothing. I don't think.
yeah, just keep an
Alright,
eye
then
on something.
this orc swipes again with his sword in desperation. And
Miss.
also misses. Alright, Marigold. Who's going to finish him off, Marigold or Jash?
Bets on the
Oh,
tables.
that's a great question.
8 points to do it.
Come on,
Come on,
points to-
Marigold.
8
do it,
points
Are
to
you,
do
are
it.
you rolling as Marigold?
Who's going to roll for
Yeah.
Marigold?
Yep,
Come on,
I got it.
Satch.
There
You can do it.
Oh! You just made it even more likely.
Ah,
It's good
man.
job it's not AD&D, in which case you get actual experience points based on the number of hit points of damage you do plus the kill. All right, Jash. While
Yes.
Marigold failed to do the deed, can you
Yes.
succeed?
Ooh, nice little rhyming.
Great
Oh,
rhymes.
sorry. What the what?
Yeah, I veto all of that. Whatever it is you just did, I veto
You
all
attacked
of
with
it.
a
I don't
longbow.
know what longbow. What?
You don't even have a longbow.
I don't know how that happened. Let me try that again. I don't know what happened there.
That's really weird.
Full attack. Yes.
Okay,
I don't
so
know
yeah,
what happened.
he drops his sword and shield and then goes, "Wait a
Ah.
second."
I don't know how that happened at all.
Okay. Right, yes, this time with your flail, you rend him limb from limb. He is deceased as the last of the orcs that were in the clearing go crashing to the ground dead. A much more satisfactory performance against them this time than it was the time before. Yeah, you're not getting it twice. Okay. Alrighty. Do you want to clear out the entanglement now or leave it in place?
I'm not sure yet. I'm still paranoid, Core. You keep playing these wolf sounds.
Click. Physic, I need arrows for myself. I only have 2, remember?
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, so then I'll dispel it. Disperse.
Okay.
Good.
I'm gonna run over to Bowie McBowerson's and
Alright.
Bowie McBowerson.
scavenge their arrows for my longbow.
Okay. So for the first one, you find 15 arrows.
Oh, thank the lords. And the second one?
You find 12.
Okay. I have munitions.
Good.
There you go. You now have an opportunity to shoot without making lots of noise.
I have a suggestion. Maybe
don't-
get the orcs off of the dead orcs off of the road.
Right,
And-
where do you want to stash the bodies? Like way off of the road?
Quite a bit off of the road.
North or south? And are you just going to leave them there? Or are you going to any extremes to hide them? Dig holes? What's the game plan?
They were. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Given the situation. Delith, when you first heard them, where did you hear them from? Was it just down that way, or was it to a side, discernible, or?
Just to the east, like down the path more. And I'm gonna have my eyes down the path. I'm gonna stow my rifle and draw my bow now that I feel more like I have more shots.
Okay.
But yes, we should remove them, and I should go more stealth. No, sans gun, right? Probably.
Yeah, probably. That was.
Well, I mean, there's been lots of loud, echoing gunshots. So if there was anything else in a couple of miles of you, it probably heard those.
Sorry, force of habit. Can't
Of
help it.
course, that's what they always say as a sniper, isn't it? One shot is fine. It's the second shot that's the problem. The first shot, they know what direction. The second shot, they get to hone in.
I did shoot twice,
You did. You're a shot
and I just
sniper.
hurt my nose when I smacked my face. 'Cause
And that's what you get.
very
That's what you
good
get.
coordination.
Punishing himself.
Bravo.
What's going to be really funny is in a minute a little bit of trickle of red's going to start coming down, and he's going to have to use some of those napkins that he uses for notes for something else. Okay.
Maybe just get them off to the side so that it's not immediately apparent. Hide them maybe underneath some of the trees.
Yeah, where you hid the brush.
Yeah.
Just like cover them
Just
with
quick.
leaves.
Yeah. Quickly toss them in there. We need to move.
All right. So you're going to spend enough time just to hide the body so that they're not openly visible.
Obvious. Yeah. And then
Throw a bit of
we're
crap
still-
over top of them.
We're
On
still
the one,
trackless. So.
on the one that was, what kind of bow did it have? Was it a longbow?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that.
Okay.
I figure I have the Marco.
Now that I
Macro
now I
for it,
actually
so-
have it.
Yeah, I don't
so
think you get
I'm
4
gonna grab that.
attacks with it though.
I definitely don't. But I
So
I don't know.
I want to look at that macro.
I
before you-
don't touch it because I don't know what the hell it is. So,
was
but
so
we were in a
funny.
situation before where I didn't have a bow, and I figured it might come in handy. So I'll grab it. I'll grab that one before I move it into the brush down there.
I will give you a few of my ammunition.
Okay, how much? So divide it up. How much you giving him?
I'll give him the 12.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you've got 15 arrows. You got 12. Okay.
Well, I have 17 because I had 2. Ha!
Hey, it matters. 2 arrows is a round.
Yeah.
A
For
round
us
of
fighters,
stuff.
yeah, because we get 2 attacks. So it's like,
All right. Okay.
It might just be those damn wolves, guys. But can we maybe stick to the north?
Okay, sure, yeah. And I don't mind.
So you're going to continue to follow the pathwards east, but now you're going to try to go to the north part of the trail.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So you continue on for several hours.
Maybe guide them a little bit further from it at a time and check back a little more sparsely for the trail to avoid any confrontation that might be.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. So yeah, a couple of hours later, they're still to the south, but they're still the same distance away, whoever or whatever they are.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't like this at all. It doesn't fit my rational mind.
All right. Okay. Let me make a D8. I'm going to roll a D8 here to find out what direction the wind is blowing. With 1 being north, and we'll tick around.
I don't like this
4.
at all.
So the wind is blowing directly south.
Oh, great.
We have a pass.
Technically, you still
do.
have Satch's spell, so the smell shouldn't be traveling from you south.
they don't smell smells. They smell souls. We're screwed.
Yes.
Quick,
They
kill me!
sense. They're undead wolves. They're sensing your life
We'll
force.
be soulless, Marigold. Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, up ahead, it appears that you're starting to come to a fairly large clearing. You can see the illumination in the area ahead.
I don't like clearings, not one bit.
Perch on the outside of the clearing and see if there's people.
Okay. So y'all are cautiously going up to the clearing.
Yeah, remaining in cover. If we...
Before I put this on, I would like you guys to make sure you're not looking at the stream map, please. I haven't used dynamic lighting, but I have blacked out certain areas that you should not be able to see. So
I
if
always
you've,
my chat anyway.
Yeah, so just if you happen to have the stream open, just pop out chat. All right. Okay. So for chat, everything beyond the fence line they cannot see. Okay. As you approach the clearing, it's clear that this was an artificially made clearing. You can still see old trees cut down. Seemingly, they've been cut a long time, as many of the trees are rotted. There are large rocks and boulders positioned, and somebody has taken great lengths to put basically like about a 7-foot sharpened palisade wall between any of the rocks, using the rocks sparingly when necessary as parts of the wall. And then they have put kind of like, crisscrossed.
There's actually a word for those.
There is. I don't know what the word is.
It's like French.
Yeah. But basically, like, spiked.
Police barricades.
Fences. Yeah, like periodically some spiked fences in front of the walls to where it's not that a single person couldn't work their way between them, but en masse, there would be a pain in the ass. I mean, like here, there's clearly enough room for a small person to slip between the two, but again, if it was a group of charging people, you'd have to deal with them. You can see raised above 1, 2, and barely see it at the very far back 3 watchtowers. The southernmost one actually has a bit of a roof to it. The other 2 do not. They have about a 3-foot tall small fence. From your vantage point, however, there is nobody visible at the tops of these watchtowers. And in fact, you don't hear any signs of life or sounds coming from beyond the fence.
I'm going to basically tap everyone on their shoulders and just be like,
and start walking away from the whole thing.
Okay, so you're motioning to get everybody further away.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, for giggles and grins, I'm just going to put you guys back on the map that you were at before.
Yeah. What do we do?
Well, we just winnowed their numbers.
But I didn't see anyone. There was no one watching in the watchtowers. They would have spotted us, right? I mean,
You know how close we are to that, and how loud your gun is. They heard 2 loud, thunderous booms. There's, you know, they're not stupid. That's the one thing I've learned about them is.
It is also kind of midday as well.
so how far from the fight we just had to that encampment?
About an hour.
Okay, so that's enough. So they definitely heard my gunshots, as physics say.
It's hard to tell. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
Okay, fair enough. True, but if they're not watching, we could get into a position of height.
Maybe we should try and find a more advantageous position because, frankly, from the outside of a wall with guard towers all around, it's not exactly a fight I'm looking to take on.
Well, I mean, though there were the rocks, we could potentially boost people up, right?
Maybe we could, from the tree line, get like a higher point of view. We could climb up really high and take a look, see if we can spot anything.
Well, I could do that with some rope, I guess.
We just need to know what we're up against.
How tall were the trees surrounding the clearing? Would like if I were to climb to the very top, would I be able to see into the camp, or would it kind of be equal level?
No, you could definitely. I mean, yeah, the fence is only like 7 feet tall, so you could definitely climb halfway up a tree to get a clear shot, a clear view over top of it. I mean, these trees being the type of trees they are, you don't really want to climb too tall anyway because it gets really unstable.
Right, but I would want it tall, just high enough so I could possibly see further in, even if it is the back. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, let's do that then.
So let's work our way back up then. I'm worried because I don't want to have conversations anywhere near that, you know.
Fair enough. All right, so we're gonna reapproach the clearing,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to climb a tree.
Alrighty. Okay, so you're going to scramble up the tree. Okay. Yeah, there's enough daylight for you to see what's going on. Are you going to relay back what you see, or are you going to visualize and then climb back down and go off and do it?
I'm gonna go up, visualize, climb down, whisper, tell. Yeah.
Okay. What you see is orcs. Lots and lots of orcs. Maybe a dozen or so. But they don't look like they're going to cause you guys much problems because all of them are dead. The only other thing visible is you can see the back of the palisade kind of goes all the way around. There are no noticeable buildings in there. However, from your vantage point, you could see a large hole in the ground and definitely one sturdy ladder that went down into it.
So seeing the palisade all around, I don't see an entrance, like a front gate entrance.
Not as such, no.
But I do see the hole.
Yes.
Oh, crap. So I'm going to climb down and say,
Give me a spot check when you're
okay. Okay. Scroll down to El Spotterino.
That's an E. That's up top.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, what you do notice, while you don't see a visible entrance, at the very far back of the cave, this area here, this actually appears to be a large pile of rocks that is more kind of a slope from the inside and a bit steeper from the outside.
So theoretically, people could leave that way, but it'd be harder to get in. Cause
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
steeper.
they
Got
could. Anybody with rudimentary climbing could climb up there. It would take them a little bit of effort, but again, if you had a bunch of orcs at the top attacking you as you were trying to climb in there, it might be a problem. If you're orcs just returning home,
And these rocks do they look like they're difficult to climb from the outside unless you have like necessary equipment or?
they're all huge and fairly sheer. I mean, they obviously, if they weren't of a sufficient size, they wouldn't have made much of a barricade. Right. So, yeah.
So okay. So seeing this, I'm gonna climb down and I'm gonna say, "Good news, Physic. They're all dead. At least from what I could tell. There is a hole with the ladder, like in the center. So most likely they're underground tunnels, and possibly places in the forest that they emerge from. You know, like
that strikes me as horrible.
There, I'll just go ahead and now you know what's there. I'll just reveal
it.
Or
one, if there's underground tunnels, how are we going to find Cece rather? And two, what just goes around killing a bunch of orcs?
well, the other thing is possibly they barricaded themselves in from a threat, and then it came in from below. Although the ladders don't make sense there. I admit.
Unless it was other orcs.
But we should probably enter and investigate.
Yeah, maybe getting a closer look at the bodies would explain
See
what happened.
how they died. Yeah.
You might want to be careful as to not end up like the orcs.
8 dead orcs. See how they died. See how they died.
All right.
Well,
So how?
the others gnarled.
So I say we hoist people on one of the rocks that go to the towers, and then you lift the remaining, and we climb in that way.
When you say you don't mean me, right?
You ain't hoisting anything. We get Jash up there. We use Marigold's big butt and my noodly arms, and we hoist him up.
Yeah, that would.
So caution, and I'm gonna start to leave, and then I'm gonna stop myself and say, "Oh, traps! Any way we can see if they're traps?"
I probably didn't take a spell today. I probably didn't.
I mean, the other orcs, they had traps outside their cave, right?
Yeah, so we know kind of what they look like. I mean, patches of weird, anything different. Probably want to avoid it on the way up.
So basically, all of this.
Yeah, basically all of it.
Or are they just bushes?
Sorry, I wasn't looking. I apologize. Show me again.
These green things.
That's mostly just like ground cover, small bushes and plants. Yeah.
Okay.
The tallest one's probably only 2 feet tall.
Okay.
Maybe if we all just stay diligent as we approach, we'll spot it before it goes horribly awry.
Okay, so I'm gonna slowly.
Send Jerusha in first.
Gore, I have that finding. I'm not 100% sure how that fully works.
You have
like
if finding. Because you've got a level of rogue in there, haven't you?
I do. It's how I got by in the streets
you're
in the
allowed.
early
Okay,
days.
so you're allowed to make a search roll.
Okay.
When searching for traps.
So which I would be doing in this situation, since we're going to be cautious leading up to that.
Okay, so
I don't know exactly how that.
Basically, you just proceed very cautiously, and you are looking for traps, prodding the ground with a long stick, and just general. Trying to discern should there be a booby trap anywhere in front of you.
Yeah, it sounds like that's what we're weary of, so that's probably what I would be doing then.
So you're going in front?
Yes.
Show me where you're going to travel.
Guys, we're going here, to this rock?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so that direction.
All right, okay. Go ahead, move yourself over there.
Okay.
And give me a search. Roll for your trap finding.
Okay.
Yeah, you may or may not want to go that far. Just
Okay.
Let's get you this
So
far and then
Yeah,
see.
it's fine. That's fine. And there's no plus or anything to that, right? With that skill,
No, it's
just
basically...
straight search. Okay.
I believe so, unless it says otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
perfectly
I don't
fine.
think it
Keep
does.
on walking.
Okay. Go to.
Suddenly, nothing happens.
Damn it.
Okay.
See, I'd go as far as the rock as I
Yeah,
can.
you make
until
it to the
me-
rock.
Okay.
You're so evil, Gore. I love it.
And I kind of turn around to him and go, "Oh, all right, coast is clear. Come on."
I'm gonna move my. And
I'm going
immediately looks
to
out.
run. I'm going to run quickly there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna go.
All right.
Except Ned. Ned's just gonna wait there.
Well, actually, funny you should say that. Ned has stopped there. He didn't follow you.
No.
And he's... just seems to pause for a moment to listen more intently to the wolves and then stops and hurries his way towards you.
As he approaches, I'm gonna say, "Oh no, freaky mutant babies said being weird again." Hi, Ned.
Ned. Ned.
Ned.
Ned, Needle Ned. Ned, Needle Ned, Nandler.
Yo, Ned.
I'm alright, I'm alright, I'm alright.
You seem to have picked something up
No,
about
they're just... it's starting to make me feel a little strange.
Like in
They've
in the
been out
nature.
there for hours and hours and hours. They followed us all day and they stayed out there all night, and yet we haven't seen them.
Maybe they knew what was good for them.
Oh, maybe. But why are they still out there? And he kind of looks at Daleth and he says, "I'm with Daleth on this one. There's something very strange and something very wrong about this." As you see, Ned is starting to get a little paranoid now as well.
Oh, he's mimicking me, isn't he?
the sentiment is pretty well shared. It's bizarre.
You just hope that he doesn't mimic Marigold in combat. Which means as soon as he takes a good blow, he's going to run and leave Physic on the front line to die.
Yeah, let's talk about this maybe
kidding.
inside the
Kill him
fort.
now.
Yeah, come here, Marigold. Help me lift Jash up this rock.
Okay, so
All right.
basically you two are going to...
Hoist him over our shoulders, like both one each, and to push him up.
Alright. Yep. You shove him up there. With the two... yeah, with you two helping, it's not difficult. Okay, yeah, so you're on the top of the large boulder. And now you can clearly see down inside the mess.
Jash,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to you shooting them with an arrow anyway.
Also, you guys can... now because you are south of the camp, you can smell the death and decay. That's the reason I wanted to find out what way the wind was blowing. You may have smelt it long before you saw it.
Got it.
But that, you know,
gonna-
it's enough to where you know that this didn't just happen. But
Yeah.
it wasn't that long ago either, because the orc corpses all still seem to be fairly well intact. For what you can see from up here, anyway.
I think we're okay, Daleth. It's not a good scene from up here.
Okay. So let's hoist Ned next, and then he'll collectively lift Marigold, and then
Okay.
I'll help the gnomes, and then you guys will just lift me up.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, we're
not
kind
a
of reaching our
problem.
hands down and helping them up.
All right, yeah. There you go. Everybody manages to get up there.
Oh. Are these the same orcs that we just killed, or are they different?
I don't think they would just be walking around if they were the same orcs.
So possibly the orcs we killed these things?
Or we're part of a group that did, but we still need to figure out what happened here. How sheer is the rock face down on the other side? Is it?
I mean, it's a pretty heavy. I mean, it's it's a good 7-8 foot drop.
Somebody maybe pass me down.
Yeah, I'll get on my belly and
All right.
lower you.
Swing me down.
I'll do the same for a rush and anyone else who wants me to help.
So basically, is everybody going down?
Yeah.
Then that's not a problem. So you all maneuver yourselves and get down.
Maybe somebody take a post in this tower here.
Sure. On it. I'm gonna climb the ladder.
Okay.
And
All
look
right.
to
So
the south
you climb up the ladder into the vantage point.
with my bow and arrow ready,
Okay, we got with your bow and arrow ready. All right, cool.
and I'm looking in every direction, just so you know.
Okay.
And for the sake of safety, I'm getting to the close body first.
I mean, basically, there is about, from the orcs were careful enough to cut about a 30-foot clearing around the whole wall. So, there's 30 feet between you and the tree line in all directions.
Okay.
All right, physic.
Maybe, is that a heal check?
It is.
I'm learning. There it is. It's not roll handle animal.
Yeah, it's a very different skill, usually.
Oh, it bounced right off of it.
Well, I'll tell you this much. The massive spear in his stomach probably gives you a pretty good indication as to how he died, but when, you've got no clue.
I'm gonna pull the spear out and kind of roll it over to Jash, like, hey, you got a better one.
Yeah.
Hey,
Because I have those javelins.
the attackers were intelligent.
Hey, Physic, Josh,
What?
could that rubble have been a gateway of some kind that got collapsed and crashed? Because, I mean, this tower doesn't look very complete, if you know what I get my drift. I mean, not like this one here.
I would say there's enough moss, enough plant growth and stuff on there to let you know that it's been like that a while.
Okay. Why would you barricade everywhere? I don't understand.
They were paranoid.
Are we able to discern from the spear that is used by orcs, or is used by orcs that we've seen?
You want to pull the spear free?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, take it close just to see if I
Alright.
can discern that it looks like an orc.
Okay.
Right.
Well, first of all, it is made of steel. It is pretty crude. Actually, steel. It's probably more likely iron. Let me rephrase that. It's iron.
Okay.
It's pretty crude, but the spearhead itself is very cruel. It has a very fine point that widens out quite significantly. So it's almost like kind of like a willow-leafed arrowhead, but as it widens out, it then becomes serrated, and the serrations are not even. So it's like it's the sort of weapon that is designed that once it's in there, you wiggle it around a bit to do maximum damage. Like, this wasn't a throwing spear. This is a thrusting spear. Someone used this as a melee weapon.
Ignore my last question, guys, about us being no gate.
Right.
Because Azumire doesn't have a gate either. I'm gonna look immediately to the south again, over
Alright,
the...
you still can't see anything. Ned looks at it and goes, "What is that?"
Oh no, he's losing his mind. I see nothing. Ned, breathe.
Maybe we should go take a look at the pit. I'll say to Physic.
First, I want to take a look at... So this fire here is huge.
It is. It looks like it's part burned. Give me a survival skill check.
Okay. Dude, I'm pretty good at that one. EQRS survival. That's
Nice.
Good.
All right.
Hey.
So this was somebody deliberately piled a lot of nicely cut logs in this middle here to make one hell of a bonfire. They lit said bonfire, and it was burning, but clearly somebody doused this entire thing. Somebody put the flame out long before it had chance to really get a hold and burn.
Huh.
Okay, I have a question, Gore.
Do you?
I do. Being on top of this tower, getting a sense of all the bodies, can I discern what direction they were facing when they were killed? Like the way they fell? Like were they overwhelmed from the south or from the pits? Because it seems like they're just all in all different formations. But this guy climbed down.
When people fall dead, depends on how they die. You know, they may twist, they may turn, they may take a few steps before they stumble. So,
okay.
Let's
because it looks like this guy could have come out of here and fought his foe from this direction, and likewise, I'm just trying to use my.
Do you have knowledge? Do you have knowledge history? Like possibly you could refer to some kind of military battle from the past?
I have no ranks in any of my knowledges.
Then you're dumb as a post and you haven't got a clue. So make up your own damn mind. No, it's
okay. It's too hard to tell.
Yeah, obviously it was a hectic battle. There's no real way to determine how.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this. What if?
I'm scared of the pit. Gonna be honest.
What if the
Come
pit?
on, I'll go with you.
Yeah. What if the pit is where they lived, like their actual living quarters? There's nothing really like food or huts or anything in here.
There's no signs of any.
Likely.
The only buildings are the 3 watchtowers. There is actually a 4th watchtower at the north. You just can't see it on the map.
Okay.
I'm going to inspect a couple more bodies here, like the one right here.
He's scared.
All right.
What are you doing?
Okay. Give me a survival skill check. Heal check. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Thanks, Gore. That's way nice for me. There it is. Oop.
All right. This one has numerous deep cut wounds. One in his thigh, one on his arm. Clearly a very rough and serrated blade did the damage. The killing blow is like right where his heart, right above his heart here. As you can see, it's kind of very wide and gaping open, and there's tons of blood poured out of his chest from that wound, so it probably cut his heart. His weapon is blooded, so it looks like this orc got a bite of something, but what? And as you glance around, you can see that that's not an uncommon thing. Several of the orcs that are here dead do have bloodied weapons, either still in their hands or laying beside them, that you recognize as orcish-style weapons from down here. But there is no dead body other than that of an orc anywhere that you can see above ground inside this fence line.
The weapons of the orcs don't really reflect these spears. Huh. I'm one more check before we look at the pit, if you don't mind.
Right, at this point, you notice Ned has now nervously climbed up the ladder and is peering out of the hut.
I'm gonna look at the entrance here.
Okay.
I'm just checking for like any sign of like struggle or like if it was like recently terribly disturbed.
Doesn't really look like it. It looks like, as I said, it's a steep slope, but climbable from this side. It's more sheer on the other side.
Hey, Ned, keep watch. I'm gonna descend the ladder,
Okay.
and I'm gonna run over to Jash
All right.
as as Physic dilly dallies. Jash,
Yeah.
what if these things lost their minds and attacked each other?
What do you mean?
Well,
Crazy.
look at Ned over there. I'm gonna glance over at the watchtower. He's
Yeah. Ned has got both hands on the fence. He's crouched, and he is intently looking as you can see the back of his head is darting to the left and the right, like he's trying desperately to see whatever it is out there that's making the strange howling sounds.
Well, we've always known Ned is a little bit off.
But we just spent a whole couple hours chasing after those howls, and they seem to never get closer.
Well, I think I have a pretty strong theory about that.
What?
About the, equal distance and moving in the correct direction at the same time.
But now they're moving with us, going north.
It could just be all one giant coincidence.
It's an unlikely coincidence.
But a coincidence nonetheless.
Or these things, that could be their ploy. They instill an irrational fear and then predate on our insane mind body corpse.
Right,
things.
but I haven't felt like I wanted to attack.
You said yourself it's driving you crazy.
It's driving me crazy in the sense that it's making everyone seem paranoid when all I want to do is go from point A to point B, and it's making you all zigzag like this to get there. And that is what's making me crazy. Let me
Right.
just
That could be its effect on you.
Well, I don't want to hurt any of you. Well, I mean, not more than I usually do.
I'm gonna look into your eyes to see who you glance at when you say this. Do you have a particular person?
Both of you equally. If I could make my eyes go in different directions, I would at that point.
So you kind of glancing at everybody.
Yeah, just, normal Jash demeanor. But no insanity or anything more than that.
So the thing is that if that is their gateway, it's completely, well, I wouldn't say completely undisturbed, but it hasn't been disturbed recently, which means if this was an attack from the outside, they either flew in or found another way in, but odds are this fight was from the inside.
So the pit.
Yeah.
But I have trouble. So if these things came in from below, how'd they put the ladder up? Unless the ladder was already up, which means these dead orcs used that pit for their purpose and then were attacked by it, right?
You know how when we went into the tomb that was originally for Obadhai and then got put into that scorpion cult, how we fought that one thing, thought we were secure, and then there was a whole nother thing in there? It might be the orcs found this pit, built their camp around it, and then after digging a little bit realized maybe it wasn't quite safe. I don't know.
Another scorpion down there.
So Jesh,
Not
you
ex-
first.
Okay, let's just all hang on a minute. Let's just take our time. Not make any hasty decisions here, okay? Don't need to be going into another scorpion pit without really getting the lay of the land first, okay?
My trouble is getting the lay of the land led us an hour south and an hour back north, all the while Ned's still over there. I'm just going to glance over at Ned, who's probably still paranoid.
He's still watching.
Okay, so I guess the first thing to do is light a torch and chuck it in the pit?
Well, that's the thing. This fire here was put out with intent. It's hard to stop a fire of that size that quickly. So I don't know what necessarily was involved in the fight, if they put out the fire to avoid being detected, or if whatever they fought put out the fire. And knowing these lands, there might just be something that hates fire a lot, and I wouldn't want to introduce that.
Right,
That's-
but we do need to see what's down there, and I would rather see before I go.
Well, can
We
you
have
see?
we have other ways of seeing.
Yeah, can you?
I'll take a peek over, and if I die, just make sure you bury me full of seeds.
you
I'm afraid of the dark hole. Okay.
you're gonna be fine. I'll be right behind you.
I'm gonna work my way over there, and then I'm gonna like lie down on the ground basically, and just kind of like peek my head over with my whole body on the ground on the
Alrighty.
outside of it,
Okay.
and see if I can look down into it and tell where it's going.
It is a dark, dank hole. You can see that down below it definitely opens up. It appears that the ladders go down the tunnel, and then the area beneath the ladders and beneath the thing opens up into some kind of chamber, corridor. It's clearly wider in all directions than the hole, however. And it's about 15 feet down.
Okay, I'll turn and kind of explain. It's not terribly deep. It's just bigger down there than it is on the way down. So it's a cavern of a sort.
Okay.
Kind of like the orcs cavern we infiltrated previously, perhaps. I'm
Okay.
guessing. So
So let's
you
go take a
want
look.
me to go down there, don't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, is there enough light to?
There's enough light for me to get down there and maybe look around a little bit, but
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
I mean, it's
lights out.
daylight now, and light is shining down the hole.
Mhm.
So you would be able to see from the base of the hole. It's reasonable to expect you could see in a reasonable distance around you.
Okay. Yeah, let's go take a look. I'll come down there with you. So you.
You take one side, I'll take the other.
Now, the gnomes can see twice as far in low light as you humans. So
Yeah.
So as Physic and Jash do that, I'm going to turn and say, Ned, we're going to investigate the hole. Keep watch.
he's like, "Okay."
I'm going to go to the edge with my bow and arrow drawn, and just like point it into the darkness.
Yeah.
Ready.
All right.
And could someone please help Ned calm his nerves? I'm gonna go ahead and start climbing down.
All right. Okay.
I think Rush would help.
I'll go with him.
Yeah.
So Rush is going to go over to Ned.
To Ned and keep him company with his charisma.
Ned just looks at me and says, No, I'm fine. I'm. Somebody needs to keep watch. I don't trust the sounds, that's all. I'm worried that if we all go down that hole, that we may have a nasty surprise waiting for us when we come up. He said, I'm quite happy to stay here and keep watch, and if anything happens, I'll be sure to rush over and let you know.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Rush returns
he
with-
doesn't seem shaken. He just seems weirded out, and it's like he's becoming a little obsessed with whatever it is. It's like it's obviously worrying him.
So, as Physic and Jash go down and Rush tells me what Ned said, I would kind of
Okay.
look to Mary and Ned and say, let's follow. Let's go too.
Okay,
All together.
so everybody's going down the hole.
And yes, we are.
Ba 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 bum.
Sans Ned.
Ba 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 bum. Hey, well, hey, at least you got a lookout.
Yeah.
All right. You descend
high rolling
down the ladder. The ladders are made of wood, but they are sturdy. Clunk, 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 clunk. So, am I to take it that Physic and Jash went down first?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, so let's kind of position people in the order that they're going down.
Marigold and myself and Rush last. Like this.
Okay, and then gotcha. All right. Okay, so Physic and Jash, as you climb down, you're aware that your legs are descending past the entrance to the tunnel. And by the time you can see clearly, what you're looking at is one big, huge open cave or chamber. You're only a couple of feet from the ground. However, it's at that point
Oh no.
when you see it.
Oh no.
Which means, of course, we're actually going to see nothing until Monday. That's the end of the show right there.
Wow.
So if you have any questions,
You see
now's
it.
the time.
What do you see?
What is it?
What the
It's a
hell?
pile of gold. We'll never see Jash again.
Yes, boys! I just died.
Alrighty,
Scrolling
perfect
style, yeah.
timing. Well met. I'm Gorbad, the Dungeon Master here on How Reroll, as well as the author of thedmsblog.com, where you can find lots of fun and interesting articles for both Dungeon Masters and players alike. If you'd like to keep up with the show, follow us on Twitter at How Reroll. Check out our website, www.howreroll.com, and for our past campaigns and for some fun bonus content, follow us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How Reroll. We hope to see you all again real soon. Cheers, guys.
Oh, hey, it's me, Satchmo. I play Physic here on How Reroll. Look, I got 2 more of these to take care of, so I'm gonna cut it short. But if you want to follow me anywhere, say Twitch or Twitter, it's just Satchmo, and Satchmo just about everywhere. I'm glad you joined us tonight. I hope you come back again sometime. It stinks.
Hey everybody, Shaggot here. I play a character on How Reroll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. I've already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter at aneb_convos, and I'll see you guys on How Reroll.
And that's how air works. What a good story. And I also hope you enjoyed today's story on How Reroll. I'm Jane and I played. If you want to follow me on social media, I do have a Twitter and it is Jane on Twitch with a 0, not no. That's all I have to say, so peace suckers, bye!
Roll the clip. Hello everyone, I play Jash Windstriker, a level 5 human fighter. And I really like playing him because he does really cool stuff all the time. And there you have it. You guys can follow me on Twitter at MattySweetTweet. And thank you so much for watching every Monday and Thursday. You guys are the best. I'm having a fantastic time on How Reroll so far, even though my character first ever got killed off. No big deal. No problem. We'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, I am the Dragon Spooker, and for you and How We Roll this time, I'm playing Rush Brinkery, the Nomian engineering sorcerer. If you don't get enough with me on the show, then you can follow me on Twitter at Dragon Spooker. You can also check out my channel, which I should be streaming more in here in the future with my new rig this year, at twitch.tv/thedragonspooker. I'll see you next episode.